Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Now, this video is really about the big picture in terms of XRP global adoption and long-term viability in an increasingly tokenized world. And I'll tell you right now, what is happening with XRP and the way in which it's being positioned, the way it's actually been adopted at this point, nothing else like this is happening anywhere else in crypto. And it's not too much to say that. In fact, there are three major opportunities that were highlighted in a thread by an XRP community member who I think did a really fantastic job putting together some of the bigger picture things. So I want to run through this with you. By the time this video is done, I tell you what, if you're not convinced that there's something different here going on with XRP that you're just not seeing that with others, I don't know if I can help you, right? And there are also other interesting little tidbits to come along with this. There was word from Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse that they've got some relationships, some partners who are central banks yet to be announced. And we know some of the partnerships that have been announced, but there are additional ones that we're still waiting to hear about. And we have plenty to talk about in this video, but before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. By the way, Ripple, they did a complete redesign of their website, which you may have heard about. I haven't mentioned it on the channel yet, but this is a newer development within the last, I don't know, at some point within the last several days or so. I started seeing people talking about this. It's popping up on Twitter. And in terms of the three major opportunities, it comes down to what's on your screen. So I'm going to circle back to this. But first, I want to jump in and share with you thoughts from XRP community member Wrath of Khanman. And this thread that he put together is getting a lot of attention and for very good reason. And so sit tight. This is some interesting stuff, but it reads as follows. What is Ripple's Liquidity Hub, and what does it tell us about the future of Ripple? Oh, and XRP. That too, but it's at the end. And so, just to be clear, as we're going through this, everything that's being discussed here, it's a setup so that you can then understand why this is incredible and positive for XRP specifically, but you have to know everything that's cited first in order for the gravity of the situation to really hit. So, what is the Liquidity Hub? And this is a Ripple product, by the way. I've talked about this on my channel before, but here's how Wrath of Khanman describes it, and he does a great job with this. He says, it's a crypto market aggregator, a one-stop shop for enterprise to source crypto. RippleNet's Burla compares it to Kayak or Google Flights, websites that poll available flights to get the best deal. Instead of tickets, it's crypto. Why not use an over-the-counter desk or exchange? Well, it's risky to only have a single supplier. Will there be enough liquidity? Will they charge a premium as the only source? Would you trust your ETF supply to Coinbase or Binance in a run? And the demand is global, spanning many different regulations. Remember what a pain KYC/AML was signing up for your first exchange? And so I'll just pause to note KYC stands for Know Your Customer. AML is anti-money laundering. So these regulations in place, yes. If you have jumped into the world of crypto, you've signed up for an exchange, then you're well aware of this at this point, I will presume. So he says, remember how difficult it was, what a pain it was because of those regulations signing up for your first exchange? And he says, imagine signing up with 50 exchanges across multiple borders, multiple assets, and billions of dollars. Ripple's Liquidity Hub eliminates all that hassle by gathering the assets from multiple sources and presenting them in a unified interface. Not only that, but with the ability to compare the different sources, you can see where to get the best price. And he shared this screen grab. And it's kind of amazing to me, frankly, that nobody else has even attempted this before. But why hasn't any other blockchain-related company tried to create something like this? Something that's basically like a kayak.com except for crypto. Well, in a world where you're just focused on the long-term viability of your coin and maybe you're looking at things a little bit differently, maybe for you it wouldn't make sense. But Ripple's looking at things from a rather unique perspective in that they want a bigger crypto pie. They want Bitcoin to succeed. They want Ethereum to succeed. They want Litecoin to succeed. Every cryptocurrency out there. They not that all of them will succeed, not that they think all of them will be here decades from now necessarily, but they're trying to foster an environment where it's just a bigger crypto pie because XRP can tie all of this together specifically. And as XRP becomes increasingly useful, that's just going to increase speculation, and speculation is the purpose of investing. So as more people come in, that's the reason all of this is of the utmost importance. There's a reason that XRP is being positioned for long-term viability, just in a way that you're not seeing with literally any other coin on the planet. It has to do with the unique aspects of the XRP ecosystem. Wrath of Kahneman now continues. It's more composable, and oh wait, I want to make sure I didn't skip something. Yep, okay, we're good. It's more composable and reliable than just one source. Get 40% of your order from OTC Desk A and the remaining 60% from Desk B. Let the computer work out the cheapest option. It solves some custody issues, and in the future, even staking. Now, imagine when the Liquidity Hub brings you results from decentralized exchanges too. Imagine integrated decentralized finance, all of it automated, aggregated, and neatly vetted for your shopping ease. No pre-funding is required. Ripple will even front you the credit. The Liquidity Hub isn't a bolt-on service either, just some extra. It is the fruit of running an XRP-focused Liquidity Hub, on-demand liquidity, for some time now. So you can pause to think about this. On-demand liquidity, it is sourcing liquidity. So in that sense, it's similar in a way conceptually. It's just XRP focused, and it's designed obviously to help convert a fiat currency to another fiat currency, which is particularly useful in the most exotic corridors out there where there aren't that many banking relationships or remittance firm relationships. Anyway, Wrath of Kahneman continues. It is tested and proven, and importantly, it indicates how Ripple itself has been evolving. You see, initially, Ripple signed companies to bilateral agreements with each place you sent to, point to point. Now, we can see better parts of on-demand liquidity's innovation was creating a one-stop shop to source liquidity. Now, before, you signed to move money to a partner in another country. Now, you sign because they can offer you new partners in other countries too, all behind one interface. In the future, well, in November, they told us, quote, in the future, every customer will join RippleNet with the same base service and a wallet designed to support both crypto and fiat, end quote. So that's one wallet, one interface, one company routing a myriad assets. So just pause to think about this. And there's a reason that I've always said utility matters and will win the day. And if you're of a similar mindset on that front, this should be the most thrilling realization out there for you. Because look, I've said this many times, the asset people speculating within the crypto asset class don't sufficiently today value utility and real world adoption. I get it. That's because there's so many moving parts to this space. Maybe you know a bunch about XRP and the way in which the XRP ecosystem is getting built out, but given that there are over 19,000 coins in existence now, like, is the typical person going to have any earthly clue of what's going on with XRP specifically? I mean, I feel fortunate to have stumbled across it when I did, and perhaps you feel the same. But there's so many moving parts of the space. There's so much going on. It's too much. It's information overload here. But even so, it's not that it's impossible to find this stuff out. We're aware of this information. And so what's going to happen as adoption continues, as long as XRP continues to solve real problems for real people, it's not going away. This isn't rocket science. But it's incredible. And so here we are in the earliest of days when almost nobody has put any money into it. If we're right, that's the reason I think that this can be truly life-changing for so many people investing in these early days. But anyway, Wrath of Kahneman continues. And this is important framing to understand the recent webpage makeover of Ripple.com too. Now we're greeted by business impact powered by crypto and 3 products: cross-border payments, which is on-demand liquidity, crypto liquidity, which is Liquidity Hub, and central bank digital currencies, so side chains. And so that's why when at the beginning part of the video, I pulled this is what I was referencing and said we'd come full circle to it. So let's explain a little bit further. Wrath of Kahneman continues. With one Ripple wallet, enterprise can source anything that can be tokenized. Fiat, crypto, deeds, stocks, and now carbon credits all in one place. It's what crypto has talked about forever, in a regulated, secure, and reliable interface for popular use. Again, they've been telling us all along, we just lacked context. Ripple is preparing for a tokenized future, an internet of value. So let's pause. And this is something that I've been highlighting. I've been saying this on my channel ever since I launched it. Expect an increasingly tokenized world and an increasingly liquid world, because in a world where everything's tokenized and you don't have a bunch of friction getting in and out of positions, like it's truly different from a fundamental perspective than what we're used to today. I mean, think you can, like, owning the fraction of an asset, like you could own a fraction of a famous painting or a home, or, commercial real estate, all of these things. And you can think about all the paperwork and everything, all the middlemen involved that make it impossible to be getting quickly in and out of such positions. But in an increasingly tokenized world, you can do that. But still, you're not going to have a market made for every single tokenized asset on the planet. That's where XRP comes in. If you have a jurisdictionless asset there is no central authority, it's got an open market price, it can be the bridge for all of this. That's what's insane. Here's the bottom line. That problem has to be solved right now. XRP is the only cryptocurrency on the planet that is being positioned to solve that, and is also technologically sufficient enough to solve that problem. So it doesn't mean that it's an absolute guarantee. Something else could come along, or who knows, something out of left field. But right now, XRP's got a lock on this type of stuff because it's the best cryptocurrency on the entire planet for payments, and it's got something that you can't program into it, which is liquidity. Anyway, Wrath of Kahneman continues. Notice all the Liquidity Hub press has seemingly mentioned NFTs, non-fungible tokens. What better way to tokenize value than with NFTs on the XRP ledger? So, the evolution of Ripple looks something like this. Number 1, start with cross-border payments. 2, on-demand liquidity. 3, digital asset Liquidity Hub. 4, one wallet to rule them all, because it can source it all. So what about XRP? Well, the Liquidity Hub doesn't run on XRP, but neither does it power cross-border payments. It just finds crypto. On-demand liquidity requires XRP, still the cheapest, most robust settlement around, and Ripple still holds 45 billion on the books. So, with the webpage as a guide, there are 3 XRP opportunities at Ripple right now. And this is, again, why I pulled this up at the beginning part of the video on the new Ripple website, because this is what he ends with, basically. So the 3 XRP opportunities at Ripple right now. Number 1, you can source cash via on-demand liquidity that uses XRP. So pause. That's one use case. And I've long said, as long as there's one use case for a cryptocurrency, that justifies its existence. There needs to be just one use case where it's actually being adopted, and that's enough to justify any cryptocurrency's existence in perpetuity. As long as it's functionally solving just one problem, then in a world where utility matters, which I think is coming as the asset class matures, you're golden. And here, XRP just has it in spades. Number 2, you can source XRP directly from the Liquidity Hub. And number 3, you can build a central bank digital currency based on the XRP ledger. Yeah, and that's another push that they're going for. Ripple gets some of the big picture stuff in a way that many others in the space don't, but they're being the adults in the room. Like, some people, you can think a lot of Bitcoin maxis, they're anti-central bank digital currencies. And setting aside whether or not they're good, they're bad, the risks associated with that, it's coming regardless. And so Ripple, they're taking a pragmatic approach, I think it's reasonable to state, and they're just recognizing it's going to happen. So what does that mean for Ripple? Well, given that they're not going to magically interoperate with one another, and there's not going to be markets for every single central bank digital currency in every geographic location the world over, you're going to need to tie them together somehow, which means the best way to do it, of course, again, like I was just saying, you need a jurisdictionless crypto, decentralized, with lightning fast capabilities, and can be moved basically for free. Because each transaction for XRP costs fractions of a penny. It might as well be free. And then Wrath of Kahneman says, in the big picture, they have multiple investments in tokenization projects and Ripple X too. In a tokenized future, what will everything be tokenized on? You can do it on the XRP ledger right now, or wait a few months to use the new NFT protocol, XLS20D. So I've made entire videos dedicated to that too. And you sit here and wonder, it's like, why would people use, in the future anyway, a platform like Ethereum with insane gas fees for NFTs, when in the future you have this amendment, assuming this goes through, and it's not guaranteed, but if this amendment goes through, XLS 20D adds a ton of functionality for NFTs. Uh, if that's the case, and then you have combined with that blazing fast speed and near free transactions, in what world does it make sense to use Ethereum for this rather than the XRP ledger? So that's another thing that could be coming. I don't think NFTs are going away. The landscape will look different in the coming years, and especially in a mature market, but it's not going away. And then Rasper Kahneman states, then consider what happens as central bank digital currencies and the like are built on XRP ledger sidechains. It will always be cheaper and easier to use the XRP ledger between walled gardens when appropriate. And then there was this clip which was shared by XRP community member Leonidas, and I'm not going to play it for the sake of this video, but I did watch it, and the thing that was most interesting was when Brad Garlinghouse, and this is just from, I think it was recorded, it's April 28th, so this is a new interview here with Brad Garlinghouse. He stated, look, we've got all sorts of relationships with central banks. We actually have partnerships with them. Some we've named, but there are others that we haven't. It's exciting times, folks. Like, where are you seeing this type of adoption with any other cryptocurrency? It's exceedingly rare. And unless you think that the problems that I've cited here aren't problems that humans need to have solved, okay, but they do. Okay, this is solving real problems for real people. And as a result of that, and we're just sitting here in the earliest of days, as long as the adoption continues to unfold in this direction, we've got a lot of reason to be excited as XRP holders, because it's just going to increase speculation and volatility. Again, it's the reason for investing in anything. The best days are yet ahead as far as I'm concerned. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.